My name is Shrih, and I've been with County for about 2 years now. I'm one of the project engineers that work in our office. My own family does not know what I do exactly. They think I'm an architect. Because we say engineering, we work with buildings. But my general duties will go into sizing up members, figuring out what their reinforcing is, and figuring out where there should be precasts, where precast is not necessary, making sure first that everything would be erected safely and be safe to be used afterwards, and second, we make sure that's economical. Our group helps in project engineering and drafting, and that depends on where the project is at, and it changes from infancy to about to being made in the plants. So I start working on the project maybe before we get the project. So I help with sales. I help figure out how many precast pieces or where the pieces are or how big they are. Then if we get the job, we may engineer it in-house, help draft it, and make sure that goes out to the plants in time. And then when it's made, people may have questions about it. We answer questions until it's completely erected and done.
My name is David Boutwell. I am the Corporate Field Operations Manager for County Pre-Stress. We have a group of 8 to 10 individuals here at any given time who work on designing and drawing and engineering our buildings that we make for our customers. Ali is a leader on that team in the sense that he is an engineer. He has a lot of experience in precast, and it's evident in his leadership that he takes when he's running in that unit. One of the things that we realized about Ali was that he's very good with making very complex topics seem simple. And so over time, what he's been able to do is he's developed his role into helping our sales team. And if you can imagine, you get a lot of customers who come in and they don't understand why one design works and one doesn't work. And Ali is just very talented at taking a very complex matter and putting it into simple terms for the customer so they can understand, well, this is why we want to build it this way.
My name is Doug Wagenbach, and I am Corporate Sales Manager of Pre-Stress. Ali is an excellent communicator as it relates to communicating between operations, sales, and the engineering group. He's always up for a challenge. When you go to him, you don't get slumped over shoulders and that's too hard, we can't figure it out. As soon as he understands what I want to have happen, he closes the book and says, I'm going to go do it.
A successful project would make me happy. If we get good feedback from client or from our plants on our projects and say, hey, thank you for doing this way because we like it, because it's easier, it makes you think that, okay, then I'm doing the right thing. We get feedback from the plants, from the engineers and architects we work with, if we give them a good idea, or from sales if we help them with their job. I work also with the Precast Concrete Institute, and we've published a standard document that's like a code that governs the fire design of precast structures. I think that is one very good accomplishment on my part. It took us a lot of work, years and reviews, and then it was reviewed by the public and special code committees, and then it passed a couple years ago, and that was a very good accomplishment after a long period of work.
One of his best qualities that is very in tune with what county represents is problem solving. Lee is always willing to jump in to a problem and go above and beyond what his job responsibilities are to help solve that problem.
A good leader is a leader who leads up front, goes out with the troops and knows exactly what the work is, and not just be in the back. And I've worked with people who have more experience than I do and people who have less experience than I do. And working with each, you'd help people who have questions and you gain experience from people who have more experience than you. And I think it's been a very good place to work at. Best way to stay motivated is challenge yourself, which I always try and do. We've reached a level of consistency in our work together as a group. Still, there are things that we'd like to improve on. Always raise the bar. If you say we're done, we're there, we don't need to improve anymore, then that's done. But always just push the bar a little bit higher and try to reach there. And then you always keep improving.
Ali isn't going to demand respect and throw his title around and that sort of thing. He's just a very solid foundation, understated. He's not entitled. He doesn't demand people show him respect. He earns it. He's just a pleasure to work with.
You know, those individuals who go above and beyond what their normal, everyday 9-to-5 responsibilities are, those to me are the leaders within the organization. And Ali is just one of those people who is always willing to do that.
We don't hope for a problem. We don't wait for a problem and hope for it to come towards us. But if we do have an issue, it would make my day if we can solve it and everything would be okay. If everyone is happy, then I'm happy.